Fala pessoal, aqui é o Ti, também conhecido como Gamer, e você está no TOF Games. E hoje eu tô aqui para trazer a continuaçãozinha de Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted, né? Só que o que a gente vai fazer hoje, como já zeramos minigame, o que a gente vai fazer é completar isso aqui, ó, essas 3 fitas. E uma coisa que eu não percebi no último episódio, galera, é que eu liberei isso daqui, ó, galeria. E bom, basicamente aqui tem os animatrônicos. Olha aqui, tem até os animatrônicos da DLC. Opa, já tem fita aqui já, moeda. Tá bom. Dá pra ver todos os animatrônicos aqui. Ah, é assim que se mexe. Tá, dá pra ver, né? É no screw. Ó o Bonnie. Bacana. Vamos ver a Baby. Nossa! Misericórdia. Mano, olha o tamanho da Baby, velho. Não, vou até colocar o Freddy aqui de novo. Mano, olha o Freddy. Olha a Baby. Mano, o Freddy bate no peito da Baby, velho. O bicho basicamente cabe dentro dela, velho. Que medo, velho. O Funtime Freddy perto da Baby é anão. Ele tá... Vamos ver aqui se tem alguém maior que a Baby. Nem o Nightmare Freddy. Essa praguinha aqui, né? As duas um do lado da outra, né? Eu vou ver só por... Olha aí, ó. Olha as pragas aí, ó. Uma praguinha é essa. A outra tá logo do lado. Aí, ó. Tudo praguinha, ó. Tá. Vamos ver mais esse aqui. Só vou ver alguns, tá, gente? Vou ver uns daqui também. Que é um endosqueleto de FNAF 4. GLITCHTRAP. É. A Baby, misericórdia, velho. Medo. Vamos ver esse Fox aqui. Ó, interessante. Será que é melhor que o Fox do 1? Não, os dois aparentemente tem. Vamos ver essa aqui. Os dois têm aparentemente o mesmo tamanho. Essa aqui é bizarrona, né? O design dela. O cara sem cara, né? Bonnie quebrado. Muito bonito. Porém assustador. É, vamos ver se Nightmare Bonnie. Nem vimos, né? Por quê? Porque esse lado aqui provavelmente é da DLC de Halloween. Pô, mas é bonito, hein? É inegável que é bonito. Mas, bom, vamos voltar. Porque a gente tem que focar no que a gente precisa, que é as fitas. Bom, uma das fitas, vamos lá, das que falta pra mim, uma eu sei que é o bicho perto. Uma eu sei que tá aqui. Uma tá aqui.
Funtime Foxy is motion activated. For this reason, it's important to keep the room dark, as to not accidentally activate her. You have been provided with a flash beacon. Use it if you need to get your bearings and to ensure you don't bump into anything. However, use it as sparingly as possible. Proceed forward to reach the parts and service room.
Tá ali, ó. Ah, velho, só porque... Será que eu peguei? Vamos ver. Mas se... Ai, que susto, velho. Eu tô me interrompendo sozinho, né? Eu não sei o que eu falo primeiro. Tá, eu ia pegar, não deu. Falta duas ainda. E eu sei exatamente onde é que estão. Vamos lá.
Funtime Foxy is motion activated. For this reason, it's important to keep the room dark, as to not accidentally activate her. You have been provided with a flash beacon. Use it if you need to get your bearings and to ensure you don't bump into anything. However, use it as sparingly as possible. Proceed forward to reach the parts and service room.
Vamos lá tentar pegar a fita de novo. Pega, pega, pega. Pronto. Nossa, também tava já com o coração na mão já. Tá, falta uma fita só. Que já sei onde é que... Até que é onde que tá. Que tá aqui, ó. Minigame do Energy. Vamos lá. No minigame do Energy tem... Vai ter uma cabeça de um Freddy.
Welcome to Circus Baby's Entertainment and Rental. It has been 0 days since last incident. Emergency ventilation repairs may be necessary to reach the boiler room on sub-basement G. We apologize for the claustrophobic accommodations of the secondary service elevator, but the comfort of the main elevator is well above your pay grade.
E agora a gente tem todas as citas oficialmente. Olha onde que ele já tá, já. O bicho já tá cheirando meu cangote, já. E pelo que eu vi, né, pelo que eu pesquisei, Essas moedas aqui faz com que ele fique mais aparente, sabe? Não fique tão bugado assim. E os movimentos dele fiquem tipo mais soltos, sabe? Mas tipo, as fitas já deixam ele grudado na gente. E olha só. Todas as fitas. Vamos lá, vamos escutar primeiro.
Hello? Can you hear me? Don't exit this room, okay? This isn't a mistake. This room isn't a mistake. I had to hide these logs away from the core gameplay files in a place that only a beta tester would look and in a place where the files could be protected. I just really, really hope that the next development team finds this before the game is released to the public. This game has some kind of malicious code in it that we haven't been able to fully contain or even understand for that matter. We're over budget and out of time. But that's not the reason that we're shutting down. Listen, I have to keep this short so the file size will be small enough to fly under the radar. There are more. They may not be in order.
Vamos ver a segunda.
I saw it for the first time today. There was a character I couldn't make out who it was, standing at the end of the hall. I thought it was just bugged out, so I made a note of it and kept playing. But then it was looking in the window, and not like Chica or Bonnie would. It was like it was actually looking in the window, seeing what I was doing. I heard a pretty heated conversation this morning between Dale, our manager, and someone else on the line. It really feels like this project is in trouble, in no small part because of the lawsuit, I'm sure. There has to be a lawsuit. There's no way there isn't. It happened in this building just a few doors down from me. I think it's made worse by the fact that Jeremy tried to tell us something was wrong. But as a dev team, we all just saw it as a challenge to find what the problem was and fix it. Who could have known that? I have to go.
Essas fitas aí estão ficando interessantes, hein?
Have you ever heard of a guillotine paper slicer? It sounds made up, but it's an actual piece of office equipment. I didn't even know we had one in the supply room. I guess they're more common at businesses that do a lot of graphic design work. I remember seeing one when I was still in school, and even then, I knew how dangerous it looked. I was always afraid of losing a finger. That seems so silly now. Jeremy used to do design work. I guess that's how he knew it was there. The drawers have been emptied out. Someone was here. I don't think it was spring cleaning either. No, there was plastic on the floor. Someone was definitely here during the night. It had to have been the client. I mean, they sent us that stuff in the first place with no explanation, told us to scan it, said it would expedite the process so we wouldn't need to program any pathfinding ourselves. It was a budget thing, I guess. It was just junk. Circuit boards and things like that. Looked pretty old. Somehow, though, there was usable code on some of it. It seemed to take hold by itself. Things started changing. But then, he started appearing. At least that's what Jeremy said.
Tá, claramente, daqui já dá pra perceber. Estão falando do GLITCHTRAP.
I came in early that morning. No one else was there. At least that's what I thought. The supply room was lit. I didn't even notice Jeremy standing in the testing room as I walked past. The supply room was so bright, glowing from all the way down the hall. Jeremy complained of nightmares when he came in this morning. He wasn't talking about it like someone telling a friend about his dreams, though. He was pale. Looked like he hadn't eaten in days. He spent an hour talking in Dale's office, but it didn't look like he was given much sympathy. When he came out, he went directly back to the testing room. He doesn't even jump anymore. Nothing scares him. He just stands there like he's talking to someone. Sometimes he rocks from side to side. We were told to leave him alone. I knew I was in line to do the testing next. They'd been prepping me for it. I guess they knew that Jeremy would need to be replaced soon.
Ih, ô rapaz, o que você fez com o Jeremy, hein?
You can always tell when a company is getting ready to fire someone. They start giving out written warnings for silly things. making sure to build a paper trail and make a case for a firing. Things that normally no one would care about suddenly become grave offenses, all worthy of being written and documented. I guess it works two ways, because it also encourages a person to quit rather than be scrutinized so heavily. I think Jeremy was too far gone to consider that option, though. The thing about it is that I don't think they were going to fire him because of anything he was doing wrong. They just knew he'd seen something. They needed to discredit him. I was told I had 3 days to finish Jeremy's work, but I know it's just passing the time. They don't really expect me to do anything. It's just to keep up appearances until the buyout is complete. We have to look like we have things under control. There's another potential development studio that wants to pick up from here, but who knows what kind of lies they're being fed to convince them to do it. Against my better judgment, I'm going to do my best to see what's here, make notes of it, and try to isolate where this thing is hiding. At least then, the next person that tests this will have a chance of getting rid of it.
E pelo visto não liberou, né? Porque o beta tester de agora sou eu.
Today was my last day of beta testing, and the anomaly that I've been seeing is nowhere to be found. But after inspecting some of the files, it seems that it's attached itself to these logs. My logs. That can't be an accident. So now I have to make a choice. Do I leave these logs here for you to find, or do I try to purge this thing myself by destroying the logs? I've chosen the latter.
Então, pelo visto você não conseguiu destruir ele, né? Ficou pra mim.
I can't delete them. By creating a protected area to store these logs apart from the game, I effectively gave this thing a safe place to hide itself. It's in here now. I may not be able to delete it, but I might be able to do something else now that it's attached itself. I have an idea.
Tem uma ideia?
They lied to us. They lied to all of us. They told us that the whole point of this VR game was to undo the bad PR done by a rogue indie game developer who supposedly made up a bunch of crazy stories that tarnished the brand. But that's not true at all. In their haste to develop this VR game and clear their name, they sent us some things I don't think they intended us to see, such as a hard drive containing emails between Fazbear Entertainment and a certain indie developer. Fazbear Entertainment hired the game developer. Those indie games were designed to conceal and make light of what happened. This isn't just an attempt to rebrand. It's an elaborate cover-up, a campaign to discredit everything.
Olha só, aqui já tá falando que Fazbear tá contratando o desenvolvedor para fazer os jogos e ó, passar o pano por cima do que aconteceu. Foi como eu falei.
I ran a fragmentation program on the area of memory that was storing these logs for you. I effectively broke the files into pieces and broke the anomaly along with it. That means that you won't have my warnings to guide you, but hopefully it also means that this anomaly, this virus, or whatever it is, will remain broken and unable to do more damage. Hello. You don't know me. I had created a series of logs for you documenting the troubled development of this VR game that you're now testing, in hopes that you, whoever you are, and whatever team you're with, will abandon development. Now I fear that those logs are being used as a Trojan horse. If you are unable to abandon development, hide all traces of these logs that I've created. I fear that finding them and reassembling them will also reassemble the very thing I've tried so desperately to destroy.
Então, né, filha, digamos que eu juntei tudo, né?
There is a way to kill it. It wants to escape through someone. Someone plugged into this game. That's you now. You have to let it begin the process of leaving through you. Then use the disconnect switch that I've embedded by the main stage. Let it approach you. Let it begin to merge with you. play the music and flip the switch. That will cause a hard restart of the game and flush the memory, effectively killing it. I hope. I don't know when it will come for you.
Então aparentemente tem outro final nesse jogo que a gente vai matar ele. E ela tá falando que é pra apertar interruptor, botão. Tá, vamos.
There is a way to kill it. It wants to escape. To escape through someone. Someone plugged into this game. That's you now. You have to let it begin the process of leaving through you. Then use the disconnect switch that I've embedded by the main stage. Let it approach you. Let it begin to merge with you. Play the music and flip the switch. That will cause a hard restart of the game and flush the memory, effectively killing it. I hope. I don't know when it will come for you.
Tá, eu acho que é tipo apertar aqui, aí aperta aqui, aperta aqui e aperta aqui. Então é isso. Ou então isso. Tá. O bicho nem aqui mais tá. Mas é bem provável que ele apareça aqui, então. Ó. Tá. Aperta aqui. Ué. Não entendi. Vamos ver direito.
There is a way to kill it. It wants to escape. To escape through someone. Someone plugged into this game. That's you now. You have to let it begin the process of leaving through you. Then use the disconnect switch that I've embedded by the main stage. Let it approach you. Let it begin to merge with you. Play the music and flip the switch. That will cause a hard restart of the game and flush the memory.
Tá, acho que agora eu entendi. É aqui, nós vem, aperta aqui. Ué? Eu tenho que deixar ele me puxar, eu acho. Aperta. Deixa ele vir assim puxando. Aí vem, aperta. Foi! Uou! Você me trancou! Transformei ele numa plush. Uma plush bugada de Spring Bonnie. Olha. Então acho que é isso, né? Fiz o final. Não sei se é o verdadeiro do jogo, mas é um final, né? E é isso. Tá, ele virou um Bonnie glitch, né? Porque aparentemente juntei todas as fitas, ele veio, voltou, né? porque tá fragmentado. Ele é um vírus do jogo, tá fragmentado em cada fita. É por isso que ele vinha se aproximando. E daí pra matar ele eu tive que fazer sequência aqui. E meio que eu prendi ele nessa forma de coelhinho bugado. E ele não pode fazer mais nenhum mal. É, tecnicamente o final bom do jogo. E o fim, né? Então é isso, gente. Espero que vocês tenham gostado. Deixem like, se inscrevam no canal. Porque talvez, ó, eu traga a DLC de Halloween, né? Porque eu vou pesquisar depois, vou ver se tem alguma coisa interessante nela. Se tiver, eu trago. Faço uma, aumento, prossigo um pouco mais com essa série, ó. Ele virou coelhinho glitch mesmo, ó. Conseguimos vencer ele. É, galera. Vencemos o GLITCHTRAP juntos. Graças a Tape Girl lá. Ela que ajudou, deu a dica de como tirar ele, né? Mas claramente ainda não tá zerado 100%, né? Não só porque tem DLC, mas porque falta todas essas moedas aqui. E ainda por cima um monte de prêmio. Não pretendo fazer vídeo zerando 100%, né? Só quero pegar a parte da história mesmo, sabe? Tipo agora, consegui 2 finais. O que eu virei o Freddy, ele ficou vivo dançando aqui. E agora esse final aqui que ele virou um coelhinho bugado. Se tiver outro final eu trago também. Mas só fiquem sabendo que dependendo de como for, no fim vamos pra um lugar. O FNAF Security Breach que tá chegando. Agora estão muito perto. Se vocês não quiserem que eu traga DLC, já vai começar já. Mas se vocês quiserem que eu traga DLC, vai demorar um pouquinho mais, porém vamos ter explorado muito mais esse jogo. E é isso, gente. Eu vou ficando por aqui. Deixem like, se inscrevam no canal e ajuda aí o canal também, né? Compartilhe os vídeos e faz com que novas pessoas conheçam o canal. E me sigam no Instagram também, que eu tô postando alguns desenhos. Eu vou começar a postar algumas coisas diferentes lá também. E é isso, gente. Eu vou indo e tchau!